Welcome back to JB Reviews. I just purchased this 2024 GMC Sierra 2500 AT4X. I've only put about a couple hundred miles, maybe a little bit more than that on the truck, so it's not quite ready to be towed with, but you guys know it's coming. It's coming real soon. And I want to give my first impressions on the truck. So there have been a lot of questions in the comment section. I'll try to answer some today. I know some people are going to want to know about the ride. I need to go back and drive some more trucks because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't really notice a difference. And that might be in part to these more aggressive tires too. I do have them aired up to about 55 PSI, which is I think what the door says too. Now, when I first saw the AT4X, I clearly could see how much taller it looks in person. It's like when I first saw the Power Wagon. When I first saw a Power Wagon in person compared to the other Rams, you could clearly tell it does have a height advantage. And that's the same thing here. Like, this truck has a really nice stance. And if you watched my video yesterday, you noticed that they did remove the valance compared to the regular AT4. So that pretty much helps the stance more so up front. The suspension gives you 1.5 inch lift. The tires are probably giving you another 1/2 inch lift. And so again, when you see this truck in person, it does look menacing. Let's talk about the powertrain. I don't normally buy 3/4 tons, but GM again decided they didn't want to make this truck for the 1-ton segment. Therefore, I've noticed how sluggish this truck is. That's the first thing I noticed a couple days ago when I drove it, because I didn't drive it the last 2 days. But I noticed going off the line, it was very sluggish. And I think it is because of the 11.5 inch ring gear. If you get a 1-ton GM or Chevy, whichever one, you get the 12-inch ring gear if it's a diesel. So on my gas truck, I never noticed a difference with the truck being sluggish because the gas trucks have the 11.5 inch ring gear too. But on this truck, it feels so sluggish, and I don't like that feeling. And if I were to put it in tow haul mode, which I will probably in a couple weeks, once I get the truck closer to 1,000 miles, I'll start to, rip on it a lot more so than I am now. But I'm willing to bet you it'll probably unlock more of that power. But I already have a dually, and so one day I will do a drag race between the two trucks because I think it'll be kind of fun to see my dually walk this truck. And yes, it will walk it. Now, I did read some comments about the wheel arches. I kind of agree with you guys. They don't bother me, but I do like them curved off too, and I think Chevy does have a slightly nicer one, but I do like the lights on the fender flares. I've always liked that about the GMCs, and they look really cool at night. Whenever you get the AT4X, they do get clearance lights standard. On a regular AT4, they do come as an option still. You guys can see the suspension. The only benefit you get from the DSSV, because some people are going to probably think it's going to help the ride, and maybe it does. Like I said, I haven't really had a chance to really take it all in on the ride yet. But I think the biggest benefit is suspension travel. That's what I've gathered from online. Suspension travel is what that's going to really help with. And out back, you have pretty much the 5 leads in the main pack, so there's no overloads. Personally, I can never tell a difference between the rides, between a 1-ton with the overloads versus this. The dually does ride harsher in comparison. But this AT4X seems like it drives like a 1-ton because there's really no difference in the suspension other than those overloads. And those overloads are not even in play until you add a load to it. The Thunderstorm has just changed my world. I love this color. A few people said that it looks like primer, and so I named my truck Prime Time. So thank you for that, because I like that actually. It does look like primer, and Prime Time seems like a good name for this truck. So there it is. That's the name. I never named my trucks. I think I named the dually Black Stallion. I never told you guys that. So yeah, the dually is actually called Black Stallion, and this is Prime Time. So out back, I've never had the kicker sound system, and I never really talked about it, except for probably like maybe 1 or 2 other videos. I'll probably never use this, but I will do a tutorial on it because yeah, it is what it is. It's not that great of a system, guys, just to be completely honest with you, because I don't think you can use Spotify, and I'll confirm that in a little bit, but I don't think you can play YouTube off of it, because there have been a couple times where I tried to play music off of this off the USB, and it's like it won't go through the system. But if you use the auxiliary, you should be able to play anything with this system. But they probably need to do some updates. I do have the lights there, you can see on both sides. Honestly, let's see how to turn those on. I don't know how to do that. Hold on one second. Let's see, let's push this button and see what happens. Okay, so yeah, that's what I kind of suspected is how you turn those on. You can kind of hear some interference with the speakers too, by the way. If I had an auxiliary, I would try to use them. But yeah, if you are getting an AT4X and you've had a GMC Sierra from the past, do not jump off this tailgate like you have a regular AT4, because yeah, it does sit higher and it hurts more jumping from the tailgate. Just something that I wanted to throw out there. Truck has the 5th wheel prep package. They do stamp AT4X right there, which I love. That's like a really nice attention to detail, because it makes every truck look a little special, right? You guys can see the lights on up there. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. So I never thought I would care about a suede roof, but I do like the appearance that it gives the truck. Also, the small attention to details, like adding leather on the grab handles. Even back here, they added leather, which you don't expect them to do something like that. But that's why you're gonna pay more for this truck, is because it does have more of a premium touch compared to the Chevy ZR2. And I mean, I think I like that. The sound system doesn't seem like it's much better personally. I still think that Ram has the best with the Harman Kardon. I'm just being honest. The B&O sound system in the Fords is okay. It's probably better than this one, I will say. The B&O is definitely better. The 17, or is it 17 or 18 speaker? One of the two. I think Ram is 17 and Ford is 18, because you know Ford always have to be a little bit better than everybody. So this is a 12 speaker Bose. It's okay. It's not nothing to like be excited about. And because I've owned enough GM trucks, the ergonomics of this pickup are great. The only thing I'll say, if you are looking at one of these trucks and you probably are someone that's going to take it off road, I would tell you to consider the gas truck. And the reason why, I think GM kind of made a mistake not adding, hold on, let me close the door. I hate that sound. But yeah, I think GM made a mistake not adding like a DEF monitor to the AT4Xs, because if someone is going off road for long periods of time and they're going at low speeds, that DPF is going to get clogged up. And so for me, I think that I would have liked to have seen like a monitor to let you know it's time to either put the truck into manual regen or get it on the highway or something like that. But overall, the seats do feel softer compared to my high country that I just traded in, and I love the massagers. I've been using those pretty regularly. I didn't think I would. See, that's the thing about these trucks, is I didn't think I would use these massagers, but I've actually had them on a little bit more than I thought I would. And if you're not familiar, this is how you turn on the massagers. They don't give you a prompt inside the screen, but when you do turn them on or you use the toggle here, it does pop up on the screen, but you can't go into a menu to use the seats. But you can adjust the bowstring, which I love. I love the bowstring. And yeah, the shoulder support up here, you can adjust this. But overall, I'm happy with this interior. I think that I'm really interested to see how this white piping holds up. Now, I don't normally wear like blue jeans and stuff like that. You guys can already kind of see there's like a little bit of dirt on there. Right there too. I don't wear jeans, so that might not be an issue for me, but for people who wear jeans, things like that, I'd be interested to see how long they hold up. But last thing I'll say is I really do like this truck, and I like it enough to want to keep it, but unfortunately this truck doesn't have enough payload for me, and we'll find out soon enough. Actually, let's go ahead and drive it to the house now. Hold on. The suspension does feel a little softer, like off-road. Let's hit this bump. Actually, my tailgate's down. I can't really hit it too fast. Okay, so it does feel a little softer. Like when I drive my white Silverado. Now that truck is a little bit lighter. I felt like that felt a little bit more harsher, but that time around it did not. So there's the fifth wheel. Let's go ahead and hook up to the trailer because I want to see like how it looks with this truck. It's not going to be in this video, however. We're gonna put a pin in it because I have to move this white trailer, and I gotta, yeah, I don't care. We're not gonna tow it far. We'll just tow it around the block. I mean, it only has 270 miles on it, so it's okay. I mean, we won't break anything that quickly, right? I don't think so. I'm just kidding. We won't break anything. But yeah, we'll hook up to the fifth wheel, and maybe we'll do a long towing test. I haven't even gone camping this year. I am ashamed. I told my wife, I said, we cannot own this RV if we're not going to use it. Although I will say, when we were renting this thing out, we didn't have time to go camping because that thing kept us busy. So now that it's slowed down, we probably can't take it out. But be sure to subscribe to the channel. The next video I do on this truck, I'm going to hook it up to that fifth wheel. And yeah, we'll see how it looks, we'll see how it squats, and then we'll do a long tow video with this truck. We'll go get it weighed, we'll see if I'm over my payload. I'll take my family, I'll take some of my gear, like this thing right here. Right here, we'll put the generator in there. That's probably about 150 pounds. I have a refrigerator, it's like a portable refrigerator right there. We'll fill that up with some waters. We'll put that in the back of the truck. I'll have my wife and my 2 kids come. I'll bring some firewood. We'll load it up. We will load it up because if I'm over my payload, well, it doesn't matter because, you know, I have options here. You know, hey, nothing really wrong with that. But that will pretty much end the video. I now wear glasses, by the way. My wife made me go to a doctor's appointment, or didn't. What did they call it again? Huh? Optometrist. My wife doesn't feel good. She hasn't even seen the truck yet. We have to get her impressions, by the way. So when you feel better, I'm putting you to work. All right? There she is. Where you at? Where you at? Oh, you look so sick. But be sure to like the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. See you guys soon.